2 sisters,
one fucked up family.
and we're going to be getting into all the nitty gritty.
Nitty gritty.
Nitty.
Nitty is the pun.
Where we actually come from and how we are the way we are today, basically. So,
why we are the way we are.
Yeah, why we are the way we are today. But basically, we're part of the fucked up family. Don't get it twisted.
We're also fucked up.
We're not normal. Really not normal. I mean, that diagnosis sheet for her, it could make a full wall of wallpaper. That
could decorate.
That's all I'm going to say. So, we're going to start from childhood and we're going to keep it light-hearted. We don't want to go too deep, but we're going to
Not for the first one.
Not for the first one, no.
We'll get there.
So, as children, I was definitely the more reserved-ish one, I would say. Would you say? You was definitely more cocky.
I had to be. No, because you had the voice. You used to go out on them streets shouting your mouth off and then run to me, and I had to deal with the consequences. So yeah, I was the more feisty one, you was the more gobby one.
But Shola was sly with shit, so every time we got in trouble, I swear to you, I can never recollect a time of my childhood where Shola took the rap. I used to be locked in my room for weeks on end, not allowed to leave.
Because you used to come and absolutely claw shit out of me with your freaking nails.
Mate, I swear to you, this is what my sister did to me one day in an argument. I had a pony on my head. She got round it.
Have you seen those things you get at a fair and you go like this with them? I went.
And I'm just going up and down off the floor with my hair being clung to me. She was evil.
But look how close we are now.
No, we are close. We've had to be close because
we've only had each other, mate.
The sad part is, yeah, we have literally only ever really had each other, and that goes for like all our family, really.
These stories, FYI, are based on fact. They're not made up stories for entertainment. These are the real nitty gritty facts of our life. And pause there. I'll be back.
The documentation.
Fact.
Documentation.
It's called life story.
We've got to get through all that. So this is just going to be episode 1. We'll start from childhood. As childhood, it was a rocky road, wasn't it?
Very rocky.
Rocky to the point we didn't really go to school. I was actually not in school that much. We was both not in school that much, but Shola must have had a brain cell or two more than me. Because I wasn't in school that much, I was actually on the special needs register. I wish I was joking. Honestly, I was on the special needs register, and unfortunately, I did piss the bed every night. If I was scared, if my sister didn't let me sleep.
I was going to say, do you remember when you used to ask to come and sleep with me? I'd be like, no, hi, because I'm really claustrophobic. You can, but you're going to have to sleep on my bedroom.
Yeah, so I used to get scared because I was like so scared of being like so our birth mother used to go out willy-nilly from the ages, I think I was about 3, 4, Shola was about 7, and there was a pub on the corner
where we used to live. Pub. She come back with screwdrivers sticking out of heads, heels in other women's heads.
Our poor stepdad, he got battered on the daily.
Poor stepdad, mate.
Because she thought he was cheating on her every time he looked at a woman. Poor guy couldn't breathe.
She found her own knickers and battered him for finding her own knickers.
Do you remember that? She found her own knickers in his car. He used to have this Jaguar, which was pride and joy. I mean, his pride and joy. He loved his Jag.
Bless him. No, he really did.
And she smashed it up to smithereens because she found her own knickers in his car. Can you imagine the scenes? Terrible. And we was only like 4 and 7 at the time, witnessing bats getting flung about, cars getting smashed up.
And guys, guess how she got the Jaguar fixed? She stole me compensation money.
That's for another episode. Because that's very deep.
That one's a deep one.
So yeah, it's all things, little bits of stories from our life, which I know a lot of people have been saying you need to do it. All our friends have been saying it for the longest time because there's just so much, like we could be here for years getting through it all. And it's not just going to be the doom and gloom. We're going to talk about Shola's got loads coming up soon.
I am going for surgery because I used to be an absolute mammoth.
Show him the mammoth. I want him to see the mammoth.
Okay, guys, it's coming.
We call this the blue coat picture.
No, the green coat. It's the green coat.
Oh, the green coat picture. This is the green coat picture. Are you ready? Is the question.
Not that one. So we have 2. Picture number 1.
Oh, Lord. Who is she?
Lordy.
Number
2. And here's the birther.
Big beefcake.
It's giving big beef.
Do you want to know a secret fact of why she ended up that big? Because my birth mother, we're going to just call her the birth mother, we're not going to go by names, used to force feed me. I was actually anorexic back then. Like pies and mash and shit that I just didn't want to put down my lug hole. And I used
dirty food.
I used to go, like gag it up. So Shola knew what was coming. Like after it was a recurring thing, Shola would be like, come on, Ides, go on, whack your pie on my plate and I'll scran it for you so you don't have to go being forced.
I was just feeling really sorry for her and I never wanted my sister to go through that, so unintentionally made myself
size 24.
No, my biggest was a size 26 to 28. I'll never forget the day I went to Asda George because it's the only place I could find jeans, and I held them up, and I remember this woman looking at me because I held them up, and I thought they're small, but they weren't small, they was doubled over. So I went, these jeans come out here. The woman was like, oh. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, I am actually a mammoth. But that was me taking care of
that
my
was
sister.
Literally, again, like I swear to God, she used to eat double, sometimes 3 portions if she could, just to help me not get force fed at the table, because honestly it was gaggable. And when we was little, we basically, like, one thing I can say, we did have a really nice, our first childhood home was, the one I remember is the white one.
The White House.
You'll probably remember before that, but I only like really remember the White House. It was a massive house, had a massive garden, like a separate garage where our dad built us a swing and everything. And in that house, at one point, we had 2 rooms. So one room was our playroom and one room had bunk beds. So obviously, as sisters do, we used to just like have jokes, laugh, giggle, tell each other stories and mess around in our room at night. But God forbid if we did that.
Oh, no, I know what's coming.
God forbid.
I know what's coming.
God forbid if we did that, if we had a little mess about. Go on.
Well, guys, we'd get, what are you doing up there? We'd be like, nothing. So we'd actually whisper and ask me why this woman claimed to be deaf, mate, because she could even hear the whispers. Next thing, get your fucking asses down here now! So anyway, we'd go down, stand in the middle of that floor, and guys, you're not going to believe us. We was stood in the middle of that floor from bedtime till gone nearly morning. It was cracking flags outside by the time we got to walk upstairs to go to bed because we was going back to school. And let me tell you, she stood us in the middle of the floor, so our
hard laminate flooring, may I add?
No carpet, freezing cut, bare feet, stand there. Now you're going to stand there until I tell you we can go into bed. First time this happened, we was like, I wonder what's going on here. And an hour passed, and Heidi starts crying, and the knees start buckling. And she's like,
I used to say, can I go to the toilet
just to sit down so she could rest her legs? And I'd be like backing up to the couch, and I'd go like slightly lean back, to just rest up my feet and my legs. Get off that couch! You want me to slap them legs? I told you, stand in the middle of the floor. I'd be like, and then I'd be like, can I go toilet? 2 minutes later, Heidi, can I go? No, you're taking the piss now. You're just going to the toilet. All this time, my stepdad would be sat there, really wanting to help us. He felt so sorry for us, but that was a toxic mother.
Well, speaking of my stepdad, one day he was just offering some friendly advice. He was getting ready for school. I think I was only in like year 1 or something at this point, year 2. And he was basically saying to my mum at the time, they don't wash the face properly, they don't brush the teeth properly. We're going back to the childhood, we've got to go back to the start. Yeah. And she was like, what? Do you want me to fucking show you how to wash it? So she got us both.
We got dunked.
She filled the sink with water.
Scalding hot water, must we add. Scalding.
Our heads went straight in it. And I mean straight in it. She got a big hard, like, scour sponge and scraped our faces off. We was like,
people must think we're lying, guys. These are true stories.
I swear on my childhood.
True stories.
Like, there ain't no making this up. We've been wanting to do this podcast and speak about this for ages, just because I feel like there's probably some girls and boys out there that have been through similar and relate to us. And me and Shola, now we're adults, we laugh about it. It's probably not funny and people probably shouldn't think we laugh about it, but we do laugh about it, because if you don't laugh,
because we've come out the other end, like, we actually are over the trauma and the tears and the hurt now. Like, you just become immune to it. You become numb and just accept what your childhood was and just be thankful you came out the other side. And I don't actually give us enough credit, especially myself, but we really, really have come out the other side. We could be absolute park house knitters right
if you
now.
don't know what that means, park house is a mental
institutes for knitters with issues, big fucking issues, like you see in Arndale. So, do you know, because Heidi didn't eat all the dinners, you know what she used to do? She used to wear like little nighties, and I clocked her more than once, 2, 3 times. She used to go to the fridge, get all these snacks in a nightie because she was starving, because she'd not had no dinner, shove them all in a nightie, roll it up and just scurry to the top of the stairs. She'd be like, what have you got there? Heidi'd be like, nothing, mum, nothing. I was a bit of a cow bag, but I'd be like, she's got loads of chocolate and sweets. Fucking bring them down here now.
Literally, I had to take my snacks back. I was gutted. I definitely snuck out or 1, 2 and left 1, 2 up there though. But no, but for real, the reason I didn't like the food she cooked, I don't even know how Shola got to that size from it, because it was fucking just.
Because I force fed myself. Not to mention, she put me on a diet. Remember when she put me on a diet?
Not the eggs. Not the Easter egg story. No, not the Easter eggs.
The Easter egg story. So she put me on a diet.
This that broke my heart, because they was my eggs.
So my mother put me on a diet, yeah, and I promise you I didn't cheat on this diet. I was too scared to cheat. But my coat pocket had wrappers in from 19 Not Plonk, and she found these wrappers, and she thought I'd been eating sweets behind her back when I went to school. How? Because I didn't get no money anyway in primary school. We just used to get £1 to go to the shop, and as soon as it was bought, it was at there and then on the spot. So there was wrappers in my pockets, and she was washing her coat. Wow, she was actually washing something. Anyway, she was washing my coat. She emptied the pockets. What are these? Have you been eating chocolate behind my back because that dietitian said you're obese and I'm getting in the ass for it? I'm being made out to be a bad mother because you're fat. So I'd be like, no, I promise I've not cheated. Have you not? Because I tell you what I'm going to do now. She went on the top of the kitchen cupboards.
These were my eggs.
We must have had about, I'm not over-exaggerating when I say, just over 10. There was just over 10.
About 12, 13 eggs.
Yeah, 12, 13 eggs. She lined them all up on the table. Just call me Bruce effing Bog Trotter, because I had to sit there until the lot was it. I almost had chocolate poisoning. It was terrible. I was vomiting chocolate. It was disgusting.
But in my head, I thought she was getting a right good old treat, because I thought, why is she getting all Easter eggs?
Oh no, don't get me wrong, 3 eggs in. I was like, this ain't punishment. I'm loving this. 4 eggs down. 5 eggs down. What are you stopping for? Get him it now! Get him effing it! I'd be like, I've had enough. Have you? And I've had enough of you being chubby now. Get him it! So I ate them all. I ate all the eggs. I was vomiting. I felt nauseous. I felt lightheaded. I got forced to eat 12 chocolate eggs. And we're not talking dinky, mini egg, Haribo, Freddo ones. We're talking the big, chunky, giant Easter eggs with chocolate bars in it and packets of sweets in it. And I didn't just have to eat the eggs. I had to eat the whole box and then move on to the next one. I was ill for days.
And in the midst of all this, I'm just crying in the background thinking,
where are my eggs?
Thinking, why is all my eggs getting eaten? She was like, don't worry, I'll buy you more. I don't actually think she ever bought more.
No, she didn't.
She definitely didn't. But I'm not saying that I understand my mum, but what I will do, I'll give her a small bit of grace, my birth mother, that she was treated very horribly growing up. So it's basically a knock-on effect, in a sense that she was treated like absolute arse. Then she had children of her own, treated them like absolute arse. And now we've got a bit older, we've been like, we can't carry on this generational, whatever the fuck it is, fucked upness. So we've got to change for our children.
See, me and Heidi have got very different opinions on this, because I get what Heidi's saying. She'll give her a bit of grace. But we never got any grace. And we did what we had to do for our children. We've made sure that we change that cycle. And if your children are that important to you, you will change that cycle. You will make sure all those shitty things that you went through as a young adult, as a child, as a baby, as a toddler, whatever, you do not put your children through that. And she put us exactly through that and more. and we had every excuse to do that with our children, but we've not done anything of the sort.
No, I think the saving grace for us as well is, like we said, we always had each other. So when we was left for hours on end, which we was like at 7 and 4, they'd be out at the pub and I'd be in Shola's room like shaking. That's why I've got such a fear now as Shola. It actually affects you in your adult life, because when Christian stays out for the night or no one's home, I have to either go and stay with someone or someone's got to come and sleep at mine. I physically can't be on my own at night time, because it's like I've got PTSD from being a kid and being on my own all the time.
100% you have, because Christian's coming home, and even when he's on a late, you really, really want to come and sit with me. Like, you just do not like to be by yourself. You've got to have someone by your side.
Yes, when it's night time.
Because you was always left. Yeah. Whereas, I mean, me, I've been kind of forced to be by myself.
And I've literally lost count, like, the amount of times I stood at that door and I begged and I begged and I cried and I cried. I was like, please, Mummy, please, like, stay with us. And she went, no, going out, I'm allowed a night out, But we was underage to be left alone. Like, that's what people don't realise. We was in a house. I remember, because she, like, on a Saturday and Sunday when we was off school, if we did go to school in the week, she wouldn't get out of bed till like 2, 3. Like, she wasn't that mum that got up, got ready, got the kids ready. So we'd just be like wandering around the house. So back then, I think the little, noodles you make in the pan now, back then I think it was 9p from Morrison's. So me and Shola used to scurry around.
Shocking.
Go in all the drawers, find all the little spare change we could.
I'm laughing, but it's traumatic. I laugh. I don't know why I laugh. It's horrible. It's horrible.
And we basically, our house was right next door to Morrison's at the time, so we used to run over to Morrison's in our pyjamas, get a couple packs of instant noodles. Can't get it out because it actually it's not even funny, but it's funny to say. We used to get these instant noodles and come back and make a big pan of instant noodles for our breakfast, and I think that's what we ate most of the time, because
instant noodles.
That was the only thing we knew how to cook at that young age. Boil on pan, get your noodles, get your powder in, and we jam them.
Do you remember when the police come to the car park? That's another story.
Yeah. And I left Jaw.
Talk about I'm here protecting my sister through thick and thin, mate. I become a mother at the age of 7 years old looking after this one. And as soon as the police rock up to the car park and see 2 little frigging toddlers leaving the car park with a shopping trolley and put the lights on like we're some absolute bank robbers, Heidi at the age of 4 scurries off and leaves me to do.
I was like, nah, sat down.
I was crying. I was like, sorry, Mr. Police Officer, my mummy told me that I could bring the trolley home because I couldn't lift everything. Well, where's your mum? I was like, we live just there in that house. We just take. No, you're not taking it. That's stealing. I was like, Mr. Police Officer, I'm really sorry. Crying my eyes out. Didn't want to get in trouble. It was horrible, mate. We was those kids who fended for ourselves.
No, we literally did, but I feel like because of that, we have so many funny times that we look back on right now, we're laughing about it, because some of it was actually really funny. Like, I remember one day we was playing this game in the house, and we used to have an understair cupboard.
Chucky. I knew that was coming!
So, at the time, me and Shola had just got into Chucky. Like, Chucky Child's Play, that horror film. So Shola got a big-ass knife out. I was like chasing me around with it. But
I wasn't going to hurt a rewind, Heidi, making that sound bad.
Disclaimer.
We was reenacting it, and Heidi knew. Heidi wasn't scared. She was running away because that's what they did on the film. I wasn't going to stab my sister. That was not the case.
Are you sure?
I was
No, for real. So she was chasing me around the house with this knife, and we had big glass double doors. So my stepdad and my mum come round the back.
That knife got.
And Shola just saw. So Shola just went, "Don't." With the knife.
The stairs come down on a slant. Knife just stuff. My mum was like, "What's that knife? What's that knife doing in the wall?" Oh, it was hell to play. It was unexplainable. We was just reenacting Chucky with a knife, and it could have been dangerous. But that's what I mean.
We wasn't supervised.
We find that funny, but we wasn't supervised. But something by accident could have potentially happened. Thank God it didn't.
I remember that time we was playing hide and seek, and Shola went to sleep, and I found her.
Because I hid for that long, and you didn't find her.
She ended up falling asleep, so I found her. I was like, wake up,
I don't want you to die.
And I thought she was dead. She wasn't fucking dead, she just had a little fucking catnap in midst of hide and seek.
Wake up, Show, I can't do this without you. You died. Have you died? Show, wake up. I was like, what? Oh, have you only just found me? I was sleeping. She was like, Show, never do that to me again. I was so scared.
I thought she was dead. I thought I really was alone. Because honestly, I really don't know what I would have done in life if we didn't have each other.
No, honestly, we wouldn't have got by.
I only have one kid, and I always say just one and done, but a little part of me wants another just because of the relationship that me and Sho do have. Like, we are literally, like, if everyone else left us tomorrow, and as much as I love everyone around us that are there and does show up and does support us, like, it wouldn't bother me in the slightest as long as
we do love
we're
everyone
stood together
around
at the
us,
end.
but it wouldn't break us as much as if we lost each other. Like, me and Heidi can argue, and if one of us chooses not to speak to the other, I can guarantee within 20 minutes, half an hour, we've made back up, because it's actually soul destroying to us. The last time we fell out, it was over something very, very pathetic, and I had to message a partner.
Oh, yeah,
and I had to say, Christian,
he's like the mediator for both.
Heidi's not talking to me. Like, can you just give me your opinion on the situation? Like, do you think I've done something wrong? Do you think Heidi's right? Like, I just needed to speak to me, and she said she don't want to speak to me yet. He was like, sure, come on, you do this on the odd occasion, and in half an hour she's gonna message you. As soon as he was replying, who come through my door and opened it? Heidi.
Oh yeah, I was like, yeah, we're fine. We literally sort stuff out in 0.2 seconds and we're fine straight after. And like, if we are arguing, it literally will never go past one day because we can't sleep on negativeness or
very,
like,
very rare we don't sort it out that same day.
Yeah, we have to go to bed on good terms. Oh, none of us will sleep because our anxiety is up. That's what I mean. We've definitely, like, it's not like we laugh about it and it's not affected us. This one here is absolutely riddled. What she got? UPD. What else have we got? ADHD, borderline
EUPD, CPTSD, which is complex post-traumatic stress disorder, ADHD, borderline bipolar disorder, split personality disorder, anxiety, complex depression. What's the other one? We've got a list. We'll pull it up one day. We'll pull the list up one day. But I've been autism. I'm not autistic. I'm definitely not autistic. Not that I've got an issue with anyone who is, but they're saying I've got a lot of sensory needs, and I'm just in denial about that because I really don't think I've got sensory needs. But Heidi actually does think I do, because if my fan starts clicking, it's getting smashed up.
And I've got issues in different ways. I would say, like, I would say undiagnosed because I don't go to doctors or anything like that. PTSD of certain situations. I don't like volatile situations. I don't like arguing. I don't like raised voices. I don't like fighting. It really, I don't know, it makes me tremble because I saw so much of it growing up. Like, my mum had so many different boyfriends coming in and out of our lives, and she was so volatile with them. Like, she would hit them, she would smash up the stuff, there was a lot she would do. I don't know how much I can say on here that's allowed, but like, even to the point of she would threaten to herself and do it in front of us. Like, she would pop all the pills in front of us. She drunk weed killer in front of us. Like, there's a lot to delve into. So this is just a teaser of everything
that's to come. But there is an awful lot to talk about. Whereas I went the part of me that I've tried to improve on is, unfortunately, the person who gave birth to me. I do have some of her attributes. That never used to be the case. But I feel like because I grew up the majority of my life protecting Heidi, the only way I knew how to protect her physically. So people would try and come for her, even our own, what do we call her? Birth donor, the person who pushed us out. She was very aggressive towards Ida, and I'd never stood up to her because I'd always been so scared. But as I was growing older and I was maturing, and I thought, hang on a minute, you do not get to tell my little sister what to do, what to wear, how to act, who to meet up with, the way she lives her life, because you didn't do any of the work. You were solely, like, what's the word called? Focused on yourself. She was really focused on herself, and men was a big part. And I've gone the opposite way with men. I cannot stand men. Like, you will find me by myself. Unless that man's worth it, you will find me by myself. And that's not just on her, that is through my previous relationships, which we'll talk about. But I can be very aggressive. I've got her violent nature in me. But you have to give me credit recently.
No, you definitely have improved.
I've really been trying to improve. And don't get me wrong, I'll take accountability. I've been arrested now way more many times than I should, but I've only ever been arrested. Someone could put their hands on me and we'll try get past that, because my mouth's just as sharp as my fists. But if anyone puts their hands on my sister, I see red, and I'm like the dragon off Shrek, like the raging bull.
That's what I mean. I don't need to harm this pretty little face. I've got Bouncer right over here.
And trust me, Bouncer will flip out if you even as much as harm a little hair on her arm. I will flip out. I'm flipping out.
We're going to be around for a long time because we've spoke about 0.1% of everything. We've got childhood trauma, we've got our birth mother, we've got
relationships,
drugs, alcohol,
addictions, depressions,
so much
trauma. We've got stories for days, but this was us just testing the water to see if you guys have got anything you want to ask us about our childhood or the position we're in now.
And what I was going to say is I'm going to end the video by saying if you've got any questions for me and Shola to answer on the next episode, put them down below, and that's how we'll start the next one off. We'll answer all your questions.
Yeah. So this was us just testing the waters, and we hope you enjoy.